HarperCollins presents Birds, Sex and Beauty, The Extraordinary Implications of Charles Darwin's Strangest Idea. Written and read by Matt Ridley. Have you heard the blackcock's husky crow in the cool grey light of morning, when the mists were on the vale below, and the mountain tops were all aglow, with ruddy gleams that seemed to show the pathway of the dawning? Have you stopped among the heath and ling to see the grey hen stealing, with her speckled poults of tender wing that closely to the covert cling, and fear to take the final spring, their whereabouts revealing? Anon. Preface. The sea lifted smooth blue muscles of wave as it stirred in the dawn light, and the foam of our wake spread gently behind us like a white peacock's tail, glinting with bubbles. Gerald Durrell, My Family and Other Animals. Intelligent life on a planet comes of age when it first works out the reason for its own existence. Richard Dawkins, The Selfish Gene. Two books that left a big mark on me were My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell and The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. One helped turn me into a naturalist as a child, the other into a scientist as a student. Both authors are superb writers, exquisite manipulators of syntax, vocabulary and metaphor. I was lucky to get to know them both at various stages of my life. But whereas Durrell was a witty witness to the beauty of nature, infecting the reader through a form of magical realism with a fascination for wildlife of all kinds, Dawkins is a penetrating analyst of underlying truth, persuading the reader to understand the surprising implications of evolution in fresh ways. I have long been frustrated by the wall that divides scientific analysis from natural history writing. For me, nature is both magical and fascinating, both beautiful and true. To understand it, you must dive deep and dissect the genes, the molecules, and the numbers. But to appreciate it, you must stand back to watch and experience nature in awe and wonder. To do one without the other is, for me, deeply unsatisfactory. The two need not be in conflict. To borrow from the title of one of Dawkins's books, to unweave the rainbow by understanding how it comes to be is to make it still more marvellous, whatever John Keats said to the contrary. I decided to write a different book from all my previous ones about science, to attempt the kind of natural history prose I have loved since childhood, while still delving into the science behind it. Birds, Sex and Beauty aims at an ambitious fusion of the genres of natural history writing and science writing. I have deliberately interspersed the two styles. Chapter by chapter, I chronicle a single spring morning at a single spot on a lonely hill, watching a single group of extraordinary birds. But alongside this, I use what I see to open and explore a trove of insight, painstakingly acquired by diligent scientists over many years. In the process, I have also attempted a history of the vexed theory of sexual selection by female choice, laying bare a century of disagreement about an idea so powerful, so weird, so wonderful, that I still feel unsure whether I have gone far enough in accepting all its implications. As the book progresses, I bring the two paths together and, taking wing, in the last chapters become a bit of a travel writer, flitting from the Arctic to the equator in search of more birds and more insights, all in the hope of persuading you, reader, that mate choice is the force that has shaped some of the most beautiful and bizarre features of the world, including perhaps the very mind you are using to comprehend these words. Chapter 1. The Lek. It was the lark, the herald of the morn. No nightingale.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?